Yes, ma'am.
நீ அதை அப்படியே ஒரு நிமிஷம் கை மட்டும் வச்சுட்டே இருந்தேன், இது க்ளோஸ் ஆகும். A very good morning to one and all present here. I welcome Dr. Girija, ma'am. I hope I'm audible,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mohana, ma'am, shall we start or shall we wait for sir? Mohana, ma'am.
Mohana ma'am left.
Students. Okay. A very good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of Department of Commerce, I take a great pleasure in inviting our guest speaker, Dr. Girija, for our workshop on basic statistical tools for data analysis. It is indeed a great pleasure to be with you, Dr. Girija. Please introduce our viewers. guest, Dr. Girija, has completed her graduation uh, BSc Statistics from PSG College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Her post-graduation from Alagappa University and her doctorate in has also cleared her NET and SLET in management. Apart from her teaching exposure, Madam is also a consultants has been a regular consultant to various organization in helping them in assisting for the analytics. We welcome you, ma'am. The purpose of having our guest program or our guest lecture is to help our students to do
For me. Hope and it's because the we to reduce will share this screen. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you all. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am.
it is
Thank you.
visible.
Right. Maybe the plan for the day is we will talk and section flow as it is considered. I will start from basic of how you will enter the data from your questionnaire, how you will enter the data in that Excel sheet. Then from drawings, we say, will that be into descriptive? Okay, if it is an interactive section, or okay, let's go by lecture mode. Right. So here there are two main category of statistical techniques for analysis. One is descriptive statistics, and the other is inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics is you collect some data and you will describe the data. Collect a portion of the data and you will talk about the data from which that is, say, for example, 20 there are 30 participants in this MGR, in this workshop, and I do want a feedback, or I do feel that I need to find the satisfaction level of my lecture with respect to MGR University students. Then this groups becomes my sample, because getting information from this group, I will try to infer what generally MGR University students will feel about my lecture. On the other way around, if I'm going to take this data and analyze and find out of the participants how many of them are satisfied with my workshop and how many are not satisfied with my workshop, then what I'm doing is I've collected some data and I'm analyzing that data. Then from that data, I will try to infer what generally MGR University students will feel In such case, I go for descriptive statistics. So in simple, if we collect some data from a group and analyze the data and say about the data only from we collect some data from some elements or from objects or from some people, and we talk about the information that is collected over there, then students, we have taken this participants as a sample, a portion of it we have taken this participants work and extended to the for such cases we go for inferential statistics. To add some examples, a textbook is for you for used by many students or using the same textbook as their reference book. And the publisher who wants to know what the text what he should do is if he needs from people who have used this textbook and he need to see that they are from seeing that's not possible. So what he will do is he will take few samples, maybe some samples for university is used. Okay, let us university B, C, D. So what he will do is the size of the university. He will select few samples from each university. Say for example, he will say sample size of 1,000 A university. Next 20% of the sample from the B university and 10% from C university and again 20 from D university. So what he is doing, he's dividing the population into small groups, and out of that small group he will gather information, and finally he will say that yes, the people in the university, the students who is using the book in the university or satisfied with the book, and he will say that yes, the people who are using the book is that the book is they are not satisfied with the book. In the second case, he's taking a sample from the find some information can be extended to the population. In such case, you will be going for initial between descriptive statistics and statistics in fight. If you need to you need to collect be in a position to collect
We cannot
information
collect from all the people.
all the people. Yes, sure, that's good. All the people you can't collect information. So what will you decide? Okay, I will select a sample. How will you select a sample? When you select a sample, your care need to be taken that this sample will represent the population, and you will take a sample. Now what you will do, you will collect some information from this sample, and
Yeah,
this
mom.
sample information what you will do, you will do an analysis,
Yes.
and finally say for example, yeah, statistical
Statistical
tools you will
analysis.
make to because you're doing an inferential analysis. So you will make an analysis, and from that information you will say that
Okay.
yes, the investors of mutual fund are satisfied with the system what we have, or we will conclude saying that in the first information you will say that yes, the in the second case what you're doing, you're taking a sample. Whereas in the second case what you're doing, you're taking a sample, and from that sample you're trying to infer the population from which that sample have been collected. That is the total in finding satisfied or potential statistics. Can I continue?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, thank you
Find
so much,
first,
ma'am.
whenever
Thanks for
we
your
want
time.
to use a tool, we need to know the purpose of the tool. That is the first thing I have said you. So purpose should be either we need to describe certain thing or infer certain thing. If we want to describe certain thing, then we will go for descriptive statistics, and descriptive statistics are these. It will answer all these questions. Where are the data points? That is, it will talk about the position, quartile, percentile ranks. What is the statement? What is the characteristics of the first quartile people, second quartile people, like that it will talk about. And majority of the mode depends upon the type of the variable. When you say about the variable, it is attributes which you are talking about. Say for example, we will take the same example of mutual fund holders, right? We are talking about three variables. One is we are talking about their gender. Second is we are talking about, say for example, the shift they work. That is whether it's going to be full shift they work, or it is going to be morning shift, or it's say for example we talk about how much time they are going to spend, or medium number of time, medium amount of time they are going to spend, or maximum number of time they are going to spend. So this is the second variable. And the third variable can be like how many mutual funds they have invested. Whether if it is more than four mutual funds, we call it as they have invested in many mutual funds. And if it is going to be less than four mutual funds, then we will say that they have invested in less mutual funds, or we can categorize the other variable as whether they have invested in many mutual funds or not. So this is the third variable. And the fourth variable can be like how variable. When you want to explain this qualitative variable, you can't calculate a mean or a median. So that you will get, that is nothing but a table. That is nothing but a table where you will find out what is the majority of the people are liking. That is your mode. Suppose you can order the variable, like the variable that we have, the duration, that depending upon the duration, whether he spends more time in his job, less time in his job, or he spends in his job. That is normal time he spends in his job. This can be ordered. And we will get the representation for this variable in such a way. We will go for median. Suppose if it's going to be a quantitative variable, say for example, we have a variable of what is the amount that you have invested in the mutual funds. So each customer will get what is the amount they have invested. And we to find out what is the average amount the investor spends in the mutual fund, you will go for mean calculation. So like that, you will take the variable, you will see the values of central tendency, and use it finding out what is the most common point. Otherwise, what is the most representative? That is one way of descriptive statistics. Other way of descriptive statistics is we do the data points happen more often like that of mode. But here when you talk about mode, you will say about out of the group which is major. When you talk about frequency, each group, what is the number of items getting into the group will be explained. That is called as frequency. So you can go for frequency. And variation is we talk about standard deviation. That is, when we talk about a quantitative variable, it is how each variable differs from its variable. That is, if all the variables of a variable, we say that it is consistent. Say for example, when we talked about, we had an example about what is the average amount for mutual funds for a respective year. respondent. Suppose the standard deviation value of all people less. We have to classify the we to take two groups of it, male unfunded investment amount and the female investment amount. We have got an average for both. Now standard deviation for the by male and standard deviation for the by female. When we find the standard deviation, we get a least value for male. And what does it mean? Male people are more or less spending into the mutual. They deviate. Some people spend more, some people spend less. This part, what stand out of that is more important when we do an analysis. So when we do standard value for that variable, when we find a variation, we will find how the valuations inside that particular group is varying. That will be explained. So if I want to find a representative of my objective, then I need a mean. If I want to find out how consistency is the group, whether all individuals spending in a similar manner, individuals inside the group or spending in a different manner, I want to find out the consistency, then I need a variation. So this is how we will understand what is the purpose, and then we will discuss more tool that is as well for descriptive statistics. And when we go for inference, we have two main classifications of statistics. One is hypothesis testing and another is estimation. Hypothesis testing, we will talk more about it in the, maybe in the second half, that is 10 o'clock, around 11 we will talk about that. And when estimation, wherever I want to estimate a particular value, I will go for an estimation. That is where we will be using confidence interval. When we go for inference statistics, usually we will talk about types of errors, which is more important that we talk about. Any idea about types of errors? Okay. For example, your standard error, non-standard error is also a type of error. Other than that, you have learned something. Alpha, any idea?